Located to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. The time is 5:32 on January 27th. I'm Madison Pergram, and thank you for joining us on Mountain News This Morning on this Monday morning. Grab your coffee. It is a little chilly out there, but let's go to meteorologist Brooke Marshall. Brooke, it is a little chilly, but it's also drizzling a little rain. In some places.
Yeah, we're seeing that soggy weather, and on top of that, temperatures are going to get a little chilly as we head out the door this morning. So we're going to feel a little clammy as we step outside. But if you take a look at those temperatures, you can see a lot of us still in those 40s, but we are starting to get into those 30s for right now in the daytime. As we go into the afternoon hours, temperatures are going to warm up this afternoon into the mid 40s once again. So we get a little bit warmer right around where we kind of need to be for this time of year. So over the past couple weeks, it's been a little bit of a roller coaster with our temperatures, but we're right where we need to be now. And good news, as we head into these afternoon hours, those scattered showers that we're seeing this morning weaken just a little bit and maybe just kind of go into a little bit of pop-ups. But I'll tell you a little bit more about those showers and when we can expect to see them and when sunshine will return back into the mountains in a little bit.
Thank you, Brooke. Well, a case of the coronavirus was confirmed in Arizona on Sunday. That means there are now at least 5 such cases in the U.S. right now, but the threat may be growing. Health officials issue a warning about the fast-spreading virus, and John Lornick reports.
A game-changing announcement from China's health minister. People infected with the coronavirus can spread the disease before showing symptoms.
The contagiousness of the patient is so much more evident. There's a longer period of time where that person can spread the disease.
Although some health officials question the statement, others believe it's better to err on the side of caution.
I'm urging HHS, Health and Human Services, federal, to follow the CDC's proactive lead and declare a public formal health emergency for the coronavirus. And in doing so, it will unlock tens of millions of dollars for the CDC to access.
The virus is confirmed in about a dozen countries, including China, the U.S., and France. And now there's a presumptive case in Canada.
As a country, we've learned a lot since the SARS outbreak in 2003, and this has allowed our country and all levels of government to work very closely together to ensure that we are prepared.
The Director General of the World Health Organization tweeted Sunday that he's heading to Beijing to find out more about the coronavirus outbreak.
My crystal ball says the next time the WHO committee meets, I think it is likely that they will declare this a public health emergency of international concern.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Now, Australia's Department of Health confirmed a 5th case of the coronavirus Monday. China's all-out effort to stop the Wuhan coronavirus from spreading has led the government to ban the trade of wild animals. A market in Wuhan that sold wild animals is suspected source of this coronavirus outbreak. At least 80 people have died so far. And visitors in Hong Kong may have had to change their travel plans yesterday. Both Disneyland and Ocean Park closed down in the city until further notice. According to a statement by management, the Disneyland was closed down as a precautionary measure in line with the disease prevention efforts taking place across Hong Kong. And back in Kentucky, health officials are doing what they can to minimize any potential outbreaks as the coronavirus is found in more patients in the United States. An alert was sent statewide January 22nd, along with a notice of a scheduled webinar for doctors and health departments across the Commonwealth to learn more about the virus and ask questions. With this new coronavirus, doctors are looking for specific risk factors: an upper respiratory infection with a fever, and travel to Wuhan, China, or direct contact with someone who has a confirmed case. But of course, what doctors look for may change as they learn more about the virus.
They're still trying to learn, how does it transmit? How quickly does it transmit? How virulent is it? Obviously it's worse than the common cold because several people have died, but how bad is it?
While the risk of exposure is considered low so far, officials already have a plan in place for the unexpected. And knowing the answer to a few simple questions could mean the difference between life and death in the event of a fire. Is your smoke detector working? Is it in a good spot? And when was the last time it was tested? Felicia Ashley has more on why keeping your smoke detector in top condition can save your life.
When your smoke alarm accidentally goes off, it's not a soft punch on your ears.
You know it's working.
Many of you may turn it off to save your eardrums, and others haven't even glanced at their detectors in years. Sergeant Ryan Houchin says that's when the combination of no alarm, lack of time, and fire can turn deadly.
Smoke detectors need to be checked monthly. And you test your smoke detector. That one just activated. That's exactly what you hear.
We did some research with the Lafayette Township Fire Protection and found the National Fire Protection Association found 40% of fatal house fires were in homes with no smoke alarms. 17% had alarms, but they weren't working.
The manufacturing date is located on this smoke detector.
Check the back of your alarm and add 10 years. If you're in that window, it's time for a change. Houchin says there are also prime spots to place alarms, 4 inches from ceilings and corners. There are also alarms catered to children.
It's shown that children don't react to smoke alarm.
They react better to voices. Houchin says there are alarms that let you record your voice to help alert your child when it's time to get out. Since January, the fire administration says there were 12 fatal home fires in Kentucky and 5 in Indiana. One of those victims was a 65-year-old woman in Houchin's Floyd Snobs district. All of her smoke detectors were pulled down and not connected. Houchin says working detectors could have saved her life. Statistics say you're 50% less likely to die in a house fire with working alarms. If you don't have working smoke detectors in your home, many of our local fire departments will provide you with a free one and install it for you. For more information, head to wave3.com. Reporting from Floyd's Knobs, Indiana, Felicia Ashley, Wave 3 News.
Now, amid a shortage in volunteer firefighters across the region, one county is feeling the impact extra hard. In Leslie County, all 6 fire departments are volunteer. Not a single firefighter gets paid. Volunteers with 1,000 Sticks Fire and Rescue say they are fully equipped with 4 trucks and plenty of equipment. But on most calls, they can only take 1 or 2 of the trucks due to the shortage of able bodies.
We have the equipment. Very nice equipment. Almost every fire department, probably all 6 fire departments in our county are fully equipped with the turnout gear, with the rescue equipment. But again, we need the hands.
Now, 1,000 Sticks Volunteer Fire and Rescue is looking for more volunteers. They also encourage that those 18 and under looking to becoming junior firefighters. Hours of training from that will transfer over once they turn 18. And the firefighter and first responder community laid longtime firefighter Ed Feltner to rest yesterday. He died of a heart attack on Wednesday at the age of 64. Feltner was a firefighter in the community for more than 3 decades. His time of service ending at Lost Creek Volunteer Fire Department. 9 months ago, he began working at Mager Funeral Homes. All who worked with him say he never complained and was light to be around.
If you put him in a crowd of 200 people, he would know them and they would know him before he left.
Feltner impacted many, and he spent 32 years of his life dedicated to 2 fire departments. As he began firefighter at Grapevine and Chavies in the fire department in 1998, he ended his service at Lost Creek Fire Department, serving for 6 years. And many in Pike County are still devastated, and very little remains from the Artist Collaborative Theater in Elkhorn City after a fire. Witnesses noticed the fire around 5:30 Saturday evening. Hours later, multiple fire departments put the fire out, but around 6 o'clock Sunday morning, it rekindled and brought the rest of the building down. WYMT's Marianne Fletcher talked with those who say the show must go on.
It began as a smoky scene Saturday.
And I don't know that I could get here quick enough. It was the longest drive.
Apparent damage to the Artist Collaborative Theater. However, most of it remained.
When we left here last night, there were still walls standing.
But Dr. Janessa Kilgore Bowling says around 6 Sunday morning.
But getting here, seeing it today, it's surreal.
Rekindling flames brought a total loss for not only those who spent their life inside, but the community.
This is just our building. This is not our theater. Our theater was made up of the people who were on the sidewalk last night, loving each other and holding each other up.
An emotional moment for many, like Scott Sykes.
And the only thing I knew to do was to capture the moment.
Those guys are here trying to save this important part of our community.
As word spread about the fire,
The response was just incredible.
countless people are reaching out to learn what they can do to help.
The curtain has closed on this building, but it's opened the hearts of our community.
But as the old saying goes,
it is never over. The show must go on, right?
Members are already brainstorming ways to continue the act. In Pike County, Marianne Fletcher, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, the Artist Collaborative Theater is a nonprofit and all-volunteer community theater. If you would like to donate, we have information about how to do so over on our website at WYMT.com. And for 25 hours straight, people at the Lexington Gym exercised to raise awareness and funds for a local organization. Surgery on Sunday is a nonprofit that provides outpatient surgery for those in need. Now, over the last 5 years, the gym has raised more than $500,000 for the nonprofit. Their goal this year was to raise $51,000 for surgery on Sunday. And in Carter County, a very emotional homecoming for two girls and their dad, who's in the military. Sergeant Kenneth Mills was supposed to come home from Christmas, but was not able to. Earlier this week, he surprised the girls while they were at school. Now they are celebrating Christmas all over again.
So he had to miss his first Christmas with the girls, and so then we knew we wanted to make his homecoming very special.
Now, those stories never get old, but Sergeant Mills will leave in a little more than 2 weeks to go back to Korea to finish his tour. He will return home in September. We'll be right back with news on Mountain News This Morning.